Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and we are here tonight to read your tea leaves. Let's see what they have to say. What are they going to tell us? So let's start, though, with our card. Every reading, I pick a card. I don't pick a card. I draw a card. I should say I draw a card. And yeah, tonight we have the love card for you. We have the Two of Cups. And this is a feeling of, well, it feels exquisite. I mean, this is like, what am I trying? Ecstatic. I'm not going to say obsession, but it is like that honeymoon feeling, that like overflowing of, attraction, of wanting, of just being like enamored, right? It doesn't have to be romantic love though, okay? This could be even applied to things that you care about in your life. Right? Your skill sets, your hobbies, your interests, your relationships within your family, your companionship with maybe like an animal or something like this. And so when we see this card, we know that you are in a place where you're like really either wanting to overflow with love, or you are overflowing with love, or maybe you're vacillating between the two. So let's go ahead. We're going to spin the cup, or it's really a bowl, and we are going to, okay, and I'll lift this up and we're going to take a look here. Okay, so let me do my little spiel real quick and then we'll get started. We have a very potent picture here. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. I really, really do. I'm so happy to be able to commune with you, to share our energies, and to sit here, heart to heart, having this conversation, looking at these beautiful symbols and receiving these messages from the divine. It really is an honor. So, also, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Tell me all about yourself. Tell me all about your summer or winter. Tell me all about your dreams. And also, if you have a prayer request, you can put that in the comments, or you can email it to ulaishere@gmail.com. All right. And with that, I will say, let's go. All right. So up here, we are looking at, this is a person you can see right here. And this is very much the mother energy. The head, the body, and it looks like a wide dress, but we also have, it looks like a child holding on to the dress. We also have the dress as an eye, okay, as the seer, as the witness, as the one who is always kind of watching. And who else is that but the mother? Maybe the father, but usually the mother. Okay, so this is archetypal. We're talking symbolically, not necessarily in the, real physical world, but it could be. It could be that you've had a mother that is very involved, kind of maybe lacks boundaries where privacy kind of dwells, right? And it could be that you have been this kind of parent yourself. Maybe this is you kind of seeing you here. Whatever it is, it feels very intense. Now up here we have them holding on to, and it looks like we have the magician with and I'm going to say blue jay. Okay, we have the magician with the blue jay. Over here, it looks like we have maybe the bowl. Okay, we also have the number 6 right here. We have the sun above excuse me, the sun above head. I need to take a little drink here. My goodness. You know, you just get to talking and you need a little drink of water. Okay, so we have it's very deserty, right? We also have, look, the lizard down here. I really am getting a very distinct feeling of kind of a very arid landscape. And I feel like you are questioning, I want to say, your faith. That's a really big implication, though. I think that you ultimately, and I feel like this is probably more the case, is that you're questioning aspects of your life, decisions that you've made, maybe staying in a relationship for a long time or for too long in your mind, knowing that you needed to go. You needed to kind of end this thing before it even started, and yet you're years in. Or maybe this is the same kind of feeling, but it applies to your work, you know, the company you work for. Or maybe this is like a place that you volunteer or you take care of your parent or, you know, something. You know, something important. I think this is a very, like, it's a pillar in your life. But I do feel like you are maybe coming to the realization that you have been doing something for so long that has almost never been what you wanted to do. And I think that you have maybe stayed with it out of a sense of duty. But in this era of your life, I feel like you just really have stripped down so much of yourself and have gone through maybe like a cleansing cycle, a kind of decluttering of your social life, your physical world, cleaning out the house, getting rid of old things, preparing yourself to move into the new chapter. And I think a lot of that it's about kind of shedding some old conditionings, maybe some feelings or ideas that you developed because you did have a mother that was always kind of watching you, always had something to say. If she didn't like something, that was not going to go, right? It wasn't going to happen. You know, this kind of maybe conforming to a certain degree, while also, and this is the big part, Aquarius, having to have a secret life. And I think that's the thing, is that you, especially when you were young, you grew up in an environment where you kind of hid who you were outside of the house, right? And I don't know if that's like maybe, you know, you, like maybe you were like a goth, right? And I'm pulling from my own experience here. Now, I didn't have to hide it because nobody cared what I was doing when I was a kid, but and I'm not gloating, and that was not a good thing. It was it was neglect. But yeah, maybe you dressed a certain way and they didn't like it, and so you like hid it in your bag, and when you were on the way to school, you got changed, right? We all knew people that had to do this, and you know, or whatever it was. Maybe, you know, you wanted to go to school for something that your family didn't approve of, and, you know, you continued to go that course anyways and just kind of didn't involve your family as you got older, you know, something like this. Or maybe it is you really had like a double life, or maybe you do right now, you know. I always wonder about how people do that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like really bad at misusing time, or time blindness, or like I get just so into things and I want to share them with everybody around me, you know, like I'm like, oh, let me share my special interest, you know, for the next 3 hours. I'm going to show you every aspect of it, you know. I don't know how people could have like a whole separate life, you know. I don't know. Who has time for that? That's like wild to me. You must be a magician if you can. And no disrespect or no judgment, you know. I'm just like, I just can't do the math in my head how somebody might make that work, right? So, but you know what? We all have our things, right? For me, my kind of interior life, my magical life, you know, these things are private to me. There are lots of things I don't even share with my own husband or my own, you know, my previous magical partners. You know, and that's just the way it is. We have these most interior places, and that might be where we're kind of sensing, you know, you have this kind of like deep interior landscape, this very like ornate world within self, and you cherish that and you have developed it and you are very involved with it, but you don't like to share it. And what you are in that place, or the many things that you are in that place, don't always like resemble what you are in the physical world, right? But whatever it is, I feel like at this point in your life, and this is very much that bowl beneath the sun, I don't think you care anymore what people think or about hiding things or, you know, I feel like it's like a point where you let things kind of slip into conversation. If you get a weird reaction, who cares? I don't think you care anymore. And I don't think it's like some nihilist, like, oh, the world is bleak, I don't care anymore type of vibe, you know? No, I think it's like, look at my life. Look at my, you know, all that I have accomplished. Look at all of my failings. Look at the world that I have built to dwell in. I am not hiding any of that anymore. It's too much work, first of all. Second of all, who are we trying to like change ourselves for? Nobody cares what we're doing. Nobody cares. That's the most freeing thing I have ever realized in life. People care for about 2 seconds. They care as much as they can like talk about something. And then it's over. Now, this used to feel very different before we lived in this era of like not even a 24-hour news cycle. I mean, it's like the news cycle is like 4 different news cycles in one day, right? Like things come and go so quickly. And it happens in our real lives as well. Maybe not to that degree, but we're all busy and we all have a million things happening. There are a lot of things trying to pull our attention as well. And I don't know about you, but I have gotten to a point where I realize nobody cares what we're doing. Not really. So you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And thankfully, you know, that's not wanting to do anything like destructive or anything. But yeah, I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what I did this week? I bought myself a little whittling knife. And that's what I want to do, dang it. I want to learn how to whittle. So I've been trying to whittle wood this week. And, you know, and I feel like you're in the same place. Now, maybe you don't want to whittle. Maybe you just want to live your life without feeling guilty. Maybe you just are tired of carrying around shame. Maybe you just want to do what the heck you want to do. I hear you. I hear you. Do it. But that bowl, really, that tells me there is just a strong sense of hold my beer or whatever, hold my pop, hold my water, my my bottle of water, watch me do it. right? Just watch me. Now, also with the magician up there, yeah, it's absolutely a time where you are re-envisioning your world and how you want to live. That's what's happening here. That's like so much the energy. It's you can't even ignore it. Okay, so we have the house, we have a garden, we have the devil, and the eye. Again with the eye, right down here you can see. And then the devil, and we have with the trident or the pitchfork. And again, look, it looks like a person with just a big eye as their head, and then they're wearing a crown. But when I pull it away too, it's the house. Their houses, right? It's a little house, and then there's a garden, and there's another little house. So there's a sense of harmony, absolutely. But I feel like it really is this like time of being observed and also observing. That's the big thing. It's like keep your eyes wide, because I don't think it's necessarily like a people watchy kind of thing. But I do think that, you know, Aquarius people are very much like you like to sit back and kind of watch what's going on. Right? And then you decide how to make your move. Right? We also have the number 12. 1, 2, the number 84 as well up here. But I feel like there is with that kind of devil energy. And now the devil's not a bad energy. The devil is an energy of rebellion. This is a energy of like, I've been doing the right thing. I've been, following the rules, doing what my parents told me to do. You know, living the dream, job, schooling, job, family, money, legacy, blah, 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 all that stuff. And now I'm at an age where a good deal of my life has gone by and I realize this is not it. Nope, this is not it for me. And I feel like there is a shifting, and with that devil energy, I feel like you have gotten to that point where it's like not living this way anymore. And I haven't in a while, right? And I feel like this isn't like a new, like all of a sudden I'm just waking up and I'm saying I'm not gonna take it anymore. But no, I think that you've been on this journey of shedding, like letting go of your old life. There is a very distinct closure here and a very distinct beginning. And you are in that beginning, and I feel like you have finally gotten to that place where I think that you're ready to really detach from that old life completely. Like letting go of some things. Like you've been working hard at processing, integrating, maybe at times, there's some things that we just have to say, this is too hard to look at right now. This is not something that is going to be beneficial to me. The trauma is very potent, very real. Could even affect you like physically, could affect your daily life. And you say, you know what? I'm not casting this into my shadow. I'm not denying this, but this is not the time. So I do choose to maybe carry this one with me, but these other things, right, I'm letting go of. So it's okay if it's not the whole kit and caboodle, right? The whole thing doesn't have to be like squared away with a ribbon on top, all figured out neatly. Absolutely not. Healing almost never looks like that. And if it did, I would not believe it. I just wouldn't. Healing is really crawling on your hands and knees, bleeding, tired, scared, hungry, and you're doing this through the layers of hell, right? You are being fortified. You are that Queen of Wands energy. This is not a place where you have broken. This is not a place where you have just like kind of expelled everything and said, I'm not dealing with this. No, you have gone through it and you are rising and you are risen and you have opened the door. You have walked through it. You have closed the door behind you and you are now looking at this great hall, this beautiful blank canvas, and deciding where are we going next. And this is why you have your eyes open. This is why this motif of the eye is so big, I think, because it is about really taking in everything around you and deciding, what do I really want for myself? What do I really, really want for myself? Not just what you need, because of course you do need things. There are, fundamental aspects of our life that we have to upkeep, or we should anyways. And that's not what I mean. I'm talking about, what do you want? What do you desire? How do you see this next period of time playing out for you? And then, and I know you, Aquarius, and then stop and say, now that plus all of these embellishments, now that plus all the pomp and circumstance, now that plus a little indulgence, right? A little indulgence. And so I would love to see, what are your ideas? What do you want to do? What are you so fired up about trying or beginning? What project? What new skill? What new way of living? What is it that really has you going? I would love to know. Now, we look over here and immediately, I have to say, we have the feeling of the name. And to me, it immediately looked like Ginny, could be Jane. That one feels potent. Janie, something like that. A feminine name with a J, okay? Now again, the number 8 seeming pretty important this cycle. Also, look at this. We have the beehive, and this is our spiritual center, okay? We have the beehive, and we have, it looks like birds kind of coming out of that area, right? And also, over here, I wanted to look at this real quick. We have the person sitting here in a meditative posture, okay, a posture of power, with their animal, okay, their companion. So to me, it feels like there is a deep connectedness with somebody, or maybe this is, like I said, an animal companion, and I do call animals somebody's, right, or people, but I feel like there's this deep connectedness. Like maybe you have a dog or a cat or something that they feel like your best buddy. Like they go everywhere with you, or you would take them everywhere if you could. Or once work is over, you are going straight home because you want to see your friend, your companion. But I do feel like this is a connection that is so important for you. Now, the part with the bee and the birds, to me, what that says is that you have something really important to say, not just from your heart, not just from your mind, not just from, this need to make something, or really, to make money. That's what I'm getting to. It doesn't feel like you are being motivated by trying to further your career or make money. No, this is like you have something on your heart and you have to say it, right? You have to share it. And so I do feel like you are somebody who could probably really help other people by giving your testimony, or maybe you are somebody that's like some kind of coach or counselor, mentor, something. You have a message that I think people need to hear. And I think that you know that, and you know what this is about. I don't know if it's like self-help, if it is magical, religious, maybe it has to do with the business you're in. I'm not sure, but I do feel like you have something to say. Okay, so don't be afraid to say it. Now, I'm going to turn this over here, and we're going to do our lucky numbers. First lucky number is 100. Okay, 100 to completion. Number 66. Number 29. 166 and 29. And now we're going to finish with our Wild Offering Oracle cards. And I'm just going to flip through, stop where it feels right. And it says, travel. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. All be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. All right. The universe has your back. Okay, Aquarius, so I'm just going to say this real quick. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being here. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I'm just going to say I love you. I hope everything is going well in this beautiful summer or winter, wherever you are. We're getting close to the next transition, although we're in kind of the middle of the thing, I guess. It feels like it's going by quickly. But yeah, I hope that you're enjoying it, and I hope that, this is going to be a very potent time for you, because I feel like it is for a lot of us. Things feel so big right now, right? Everything feels so big. And, I feel like that's not a bad thing. But it can become oppressive. Absolutely. And so just, when it feels all too much, kind of focusing on the things in our life where we know that we do well, right? The things that we're good at, the things that make us feel good, that kind of boost our confidence. That's, I feel like leaning into that is sometimes a good way to balance out all of that, whatever's going on out there, right? I'm reaching up here. Everything that's going on out there in the greater world, right? So anyways, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.